Hello and welcome back to Balsamic Games. This is Witch's Dozen, our Children of Midnight Coven actual play. And as you see, we are a player short tonight. Azelwyn had a previous engagement, and since we're playing a makeup session, Timbo is going to be missing this one. But we're going to have a really, really good time. And yeah, I'm sure she'll be watching later. So, hello, Azelwyn. See you next week. um, so, welcome back. We were very sorry about last week. It was just one problem after another, trying to get everything sorted with our
Much like tonight.
internet issues and everything. Yes, we're doing much better now. This week is going to be pretty crazy. We have Witch's Dozen tonight. We have Deseret tomorrow. And on Wednesday, we have a Plunged into the Dark one-shot called Cowboys Night Out. So look forward to seeing some ads for that are going to be very interesting. A little off-brand for us, but off-brand for us is on-brand for us, so it's going to be good. Let us go around the room, and each of us can describe the characters that are involved in this, and then I'll do a little recap of the cliffhanger that we ended on from last week. Let's start with Morningstar.
Well, hello, my darlings. Tonight, I will be playing Cassandra. And really, there isn't too much to say about dear Cassandra. Or at least, if there is, she isn't saying it. Unfortunately, the poor girl is quite nonverbal. And even with our coven's psychic connection, still, she does not reveal anything. Locking herself away. The girl is accompanied by a cat, a vicious, large Turkish Angora. Nobody knows what it's called, because again, she does not talk.
Awesome. Megan?
I play Max, our Gorgon, um,
Arcanist?
our Gorgon Arcanist of the group, based on the events that happened after their stint with Night Sky Sanctum. Steph tried to teach them all they could know, all they could of their limited knowledge, but really they needed Yarrow. And after their stint in New York on their own, they are getting off fine, living in an abandoned building with their familiar Mr. Crumbs. He's a rat, but based on the nature in which the familiars were in danger with Night Sky Sanctum, Mr. Crumbs doesn't do any fighting. He's strictly just a nurturing. He's like a help, like a anxiety animal.
Nice.
Emotional support rat.
Awesome.
And with their powers messed up, with them not having their powers before, they have geese instead of snakes. So Mr. Crumbs, their geese, and Max themselves enjoyed a nice bread once in a while.
Awesome. And Andrea?
Yeah, I'm Andrea, and I'm playing Jex. She is a Median. Wow, Median.
Right in the middle.
Bloodfire Witch. She consumes the blood of living creatures to fuel her magic. Her and her familiar Iker, who is a vampire bat, both enjoy a tasty bloody snack sometimes.
Who doesn't?
Percy. Yeah, exactly. Jex is a moody, unstable, and ready to stick it to the man kind of girl.
Nice. Awesome. So, to recap our first session, the Covenstead got word through Timbo, Azelwyn's character, that one of their adopted siblings, Ixia, had vanished from the docks area recently, and they found her aboard a prison tugboat bound up the Hudson River toward a Obsidian Council prison, which is a prison, confusingly, for mundanes, not for witches. So it was a confusion as to how or why they would have picked her up, because she is not the weak sort, and she wouldn't normally let herself be picked up by Obsidian Council, or anyone else for that matter. But using Max's amazing powers of telekinesis, they made quick work of tracking down the boat, and when they met up with it, they were able to get down into the hull, and they stopped. When we stopped the session, they were in front of the door to the brig, and that door was proving to be a bit of a challenge for them. Around that time, while they are deciding how they are going to break through that door, Timbo comes to attention very, very quickly, and says, something's happening. You guys can handle this without me, right? And they're backing down the hallway as they're saying it. Something came up.
I want to just be like, oh, it was your info.
And I'm sure she's fine in there. Y'all can handle this without me, right?
Cassandra frantically tries to pull on Timbo's hairy arm in an attempt to get him to stay.
Okay. Is there?
I'm not rolling anything for that.
No.
That's just flavor checks. I don't expect him to stay.
Timbo is a Sasquatch, and quite a large and fluffy one at that. And so he just raises his arm slightly without much effort, and you go tumbling off of him. And he takes another step back, and when he turns, it's like he's vanished up the stairs. You don't even hear fluffy footsteps. Luckily, you also don't hear anyone coming down toward him either.
Sound of fluffy footsteps is its own reward.
So this thick steel door looms ahead of you, and as you...
Are we talking thick with a C and a K, or two C's? Like, how thick is this door?
You'd really need to...
Star Mom status.
You'd really need to see it in profile to know for sure. But I'm gonna say for now...
Cannot confirm whether or not it's thicker than a Snicker.
Right. It is not a smart door, if that's what you're asking. So it is not dummy thick. It is roughly around that time that you feel a strange emanating pulse from deep within the brig through that door, and the feeling that you get when someone casts wild magic nearby permeates the area, causing all the hair on your bodies to stand up for a split second, and you sort of feel the magic being pulled out of the air for a big blast of an effect.
I'm really disappointed that Timbo wasn't here so that we could watch that hair.
Oh, yeah. And
Pomeranian.
But that feeling disappears pretty quickly, and you don't notice anything that's changed outside of the brig.
Okay.
And then you hear sirens going off. So all throughout the ship, red and white flashing lights start to go off, and a ship-wide alert sounds through the speakers saying, "Code Red, abandon ship. This ship has been hex-locked and will navigate itself to a safe zone."
Oh no.
We are going to start a 4 clock, which would be called Red Watch Intervention, with no ticks on it. So the Red Watch, for those who have not been with us from the Night Sky Sanctum days or played Children of Midnight Coven yet, the Red Watch is a faction who have a innate, almost supernatural ability to sense wild magic cast by wild witches. And they come to the scene of wild magic use and investigate them, see if there's anybody that needs to be handed over to the order. So apparently,
spoil our fun.
apparently something on this boat has just set off some kind of new alarm system, and with the alarm going off, you can hear from the side of the boat that you haven't been to yet, you can hear people making their way in a disorderly fashion up the stairs to abandon the ship. Sounds like there are probably less than a dozen people in total.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we let them abandon the ship and then we tear it apart.
They are, as you see the first couple around the corner, they do not see you and continue upward and off of the ship. If you don't mess with them, they
Is
won't
the
even know
band
you're
still
there.
playing?
The band?
Is it still playing?
The band still playing? I don't remember a band playing last time.
Oh,
Sadly. Definitely a requirement for future Obsidian Council ships. Their own like onboard mariachi.
mariachi band. Perfect.
So I have a question. It's a little bit of a long shot. So this is this like a magnetic lock or is it like a lock I can pick?
Yeah, it's a dumb lock. It's
Okay.
it is magnetic, but it's not or sorry, it is what are you trying to do? And
So I want to use blood arsenal to make bloody protrusions that I could, protrude into a keyhole and make into a key.
Yeah, there is a manual key shaped override that should unlock the magnetic seal.
So basically I want to make my blood into a key.
Okay.
Use the iron.
All right. So I think that uses a craft roll.
Let's see.
But I could be
Blood
wrong.
arsenal doesn't say anything about craft.
Okay, good.
It says use the general power cutaneous talent. Or I could cover my body in like armor protrusions.
There is another ability called Blood Iron, I think it's called.
Oh yeah, no, that's not what I'm doing. I'm using blood arsenal. Oh wait, I do have blood iron. I guess that's a craft roll. Would that be better?
That's definitely the one to use. So yeah, you would be like filling the entire lock mechanism with your blood and then causing it to harden. Awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not much robot rainbows.
Right in the description.
Yeah, the ship has become hex-locked and is navigating itself toward the Red Watch. And
Timbo abandoned us. People needed him.
Yeah.
Aww.
And I'm
Really
sure
his
we'll...
home planet.
He really just realized he missed a hair appointment. He's getting a perm later today.
All right, so I'm gonna spend some willpower to get an extra die.
Ooh, before we do that, I just
Yes.
realized we did not roll our major arcana for the day.
We
Oh.
did not.
Let me roll that.
We discussed it and then completely forgot.
Yes. The major arcana for this session, the session boon, is the strength card. And that is the Obsidian Council.
Oh, crap.
Okay. So
Aw,
the
man.
Obsidian Council is becoming more strengthened at this time.
How
I don't
fortunate
think.
that they're evacuating the boat already.
You're very lucky. I might have had it go differently if I would have drawn that
It's too
card
late.
first. Yeah, no, too late. I agree.
Nobody catch their attention and nobody do anything. Just let them leave the boat.
All right. So yes, you want to spend willpower to push yourself?
Yes.
Awesome.
All
Or
right, then
increased
we're-
effect, or
Extra dice, please.
okay.
Or is it period or exclamation point for dice rolling?
Exclamation point.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say that's risky standard.
Okay.
That cost you any blood loss?
Yes.
Okay.
Blood loss?
Oh no!
No.
Wow. That is a
Rams.
critical fumble.
My hand's stuck in the lock.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
get it
Oh, I love that. Okay.
I
So,
love that the critical fail happened just after. Do you get any blood loss?
well, you don't by default, right?
No, not by default.
Okay. So let's say your blood starts flowing far too quickly into the locking mechanism, and you expected it to sort of fill the lock and stop. So you pumped a lot more blood in there than you would have normally needed to use. And then you harden it, and it just hardens right into your palm from where the blood was leaking out. And so now everything from your wrist all the way through is all one connected chunk of iron.
Okay.
You are attached to the door. We're going to say that's only level 1 harm, though, blood loss.
Okay.
And we're going to keep it at risky for the moment, because I don't think that could make any, noise that would get their attention.
Except for me screaming. Oh my God, I'm stuck.
All right. So, yeah,
Okay, so Dex is just stuck in the door right now, right?
yeah, unless you want to resist any of that.
I have both crafting tools and a first aid kit, so I could attempt something.
Saw. I don't want to resist being stuck because I think that's funny.
Okay. All right.
Makes things interesting.
Yeah. It means that that mechanism itself is jammed, so unless you get access to chip systems, that door is probably not going to open in any particularly easy way.
Okay. I'm so low down on essence now.
That's a big one. You can always go negative on essence. You just take extra consequence.
Okay.
Isn't that fun?
So we still have to remove you from the door at this point. I'm happy to go at it with the crafting tools and the first aid kit and attempt something with that, because I don't think my abilities, anything there, makes too much sense.
I think crafting tools make sense.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you want to try? What do you want to try with that? A crafting roll?
Yeah, I feel like that makes the most sense. Use the tools for what they're for. Let me just
Nice.
see what I have in craft. Okay.
I'm gonna say that is going to be risky standard. Yeah, risky standard. Because of the chance that it takes a long time, and it's probably going to tick that clock.
Do that. And that's just the points with my craft roll. So did I have to do anything additional because I was using a toolkit that I had?
Nope. It's what gave you the fictional position to be able to accomplish it. And you got a 4, which is on risky. That's success with a cost. So,
Yay.
let's say this takes about 10 minutes or so to get through this iron that's coming out of Jex's hand. And we are going to pick that clock up to 2 out of 4.
2 out of 4. Okay.
I'll go ahead and put that. So that clock is half full. All right. And yeah, it you find what looks like almost like a jeweler's saw that you remember throwing in there into your crafting kit when you were working with some metal in the past. And yeah, you're working away with this tiny jeweler's saw, cutting through Jex's blood iron, and dodging spurts of blood every now and again as you break through.
So gross, so cool, so gross, so cool, so gross, so cool.
You feel the boat banking on its own several times as it's making turns up the Hudson River, and you're immediately asking yourself, like, where is this boat taking us? Because you're all down inside the hull, it's somewhat difficult to say. Cassandra, that leaves you about 10 minutes if you to do anything else while they're taking care of this.
Cassandra's not exactly the adventurous sort to go off on her own. She's basically a terrified girl with a cat at the moment.
Yeah.
Surprisingly,
Surprisingly,
going to have as close to them as possible.
okay. Surprisingly, there is no activity inside the brig. The door did not open, along with any other automated systems that were going off. And you expected, with wild magic having just happened nearby, you expected to hear some screaming or something, but nothing. It's dead silent inside that entire 10 minutes while Max is working on Jex. And at this point, Jex, your hand is free. You have the bleeding stopped, but the door is still jammed in place. Wild magic is a possibility for all of you, of course.
I mean, since it's already happened.
Is there a
They're here
porthole
anyway.
Portholes that go...
in somewhere that I could just throw the cat?
The
Throw the
entire...
cat, and I don't know what the cat's going to do to get out again, actually. I didn't really think that part through. So, maybe not, actually.
Just hold her tight.
It doesn't have the opposable thumbs to open the door from the other side. So, not probably going to be very helpful.
Yeah, no, this door is completely solid, and yeah, no shutters or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. So there's nowhere for me to throw the cat.
The hallway that all the Obsidian Council people came down seems to be completely cleared out at this point. So if you wanted her to go off and explore the other end of the boat, she could probably do that pretty successfully.
But then we wouldn't have the cat here if we needed to claw someone's eyes out, which would be a pity.
Yeah, I'm holding onto this cat in the hopes of throwing them at somebody's eyes.
Yes.
Isn't that...
Keep the cat for safety.
That's 50% of the reason anybody holds a cat at any time,
Yes.
as far as I'm aware.
Defensively.
Mhm.
It's going to be like in Super Smash Brothers when Princess Peach just throws out a toad.
Toad.
Except instead it's a cat.
Okay. Well, I guess Max wants to see how Jex is doing now that they've been removed from the door. Like if how they're willing to proceed, how they're not just like, what's your health level? He's like, are you in pain? What's going on? Are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
a
Give her a
little,
cookie.
a little bit of
restore her
color.
blood.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a little paler than normal.
Occasionally, like just a little squirt. Like, oh, guys, I'm getting pretty tired. What are we gonna do? We've already tried bashing through this door. We've tried poking the lock. He said now the lock, like we've officially broke it. It's not usable now to try to do any picking at this point. We've just
No.
completely smashed it. Okay. So it's us three and a solid hunk of metal door. I mean, I only have. What does everybody have? Because I have Sigil Craft.
Yeah.
Does
This
anybody
is
have
a.
something cool?
Yeah, we're
I
so
have no
early in the
idea.
game, not a whole lot of powers yet.
No.
I have an ability that I can help you if you do something. But other than that, I have a cat. That's my two abilities. I can help you, and I have a cat.
We have a cat,
Cassandra,
a
nothing else
rat,
going on for her.
and a bat. Oh,
My-
a cat, a rat, and a bat.
Aww.
What about that?
How about that?
Perhaps Cassandra just starts walking off, perhaps trying to find the bridge. You know, there's some controls there.
All right. What do you think? A survey? You gonna just do it quickly?
Yes, a rough sort of look around, especially since she's probably a little bit panicked because I assume that alarm is still blaring.
It
and
is.
She does
Yeah.
not handle loud noises well.
Gotcha.
Considering Natasha hasn't done Cassandra hasn't done any fighting whatsoever yet, Max is gonna be like, "What the heck? You're going off on your own? Like I'm going with you." Like this girl is like not able to take care of herself. She's just gonna something's bad's gonna happen, and then I'm gonna feel responsible.
Well, I have a cat here. Well, she has a cat here.
All right. So is Max assisting, or are you just gonna hang back and defend Cassandra if there's a problem?
I guess it depends if she's gonna like outrun me. Like if she doesn't care, then I'm gonna
Do we want to do a group survey? Perhaps
We all
looking
stick
around
together.
for the
We've already
bridge?
lost a member, so it might be good to stick together at this point. You've already gotten hurt with the door. We can always try to come back. Maybe there's like an override switch.
Mm-hmm. That is very likely, yeah. Right? Group action or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's leading?
I'll lead because I've barely
Nice.
done anything, so I can take the hit.
Okay. I'm gonna
We'll do it in a
say, and what is
Survey?
the intent is to find an override switch for the door?
Ideally, yes.
Okay.
Or some kind of
I s-
useful glowing button, ideally.
There's a
Something
big
fun
red
press.
button, something that just really calls to us and tells us, you just have to press this button.
Mm-hmm.
But
All right.
also that we're not supposed to do it.
I'm gonna say reduced effect, and risky.
If we fail, we're still going to find the button. It's just going to be very, very bad.
Right. Survey would be probably the best action, I think, for quickly going through the boat and trying to find it.
Indeed.
Okay.
We're gonna take the highest roll. So far, we've got a 6. That's a great start.
You can't really get higher than a 6 except for 2 6s.
Because if mine was a 6, I have to take the lower.
Oh, you
'cause I
rolled
don't have
a.
any dice.
Oh, so that was a 3.
Yeah.
Okay, Well,
Oh, well, it's a good thing that Megan got a
yeah, Max pulled it out. Okay, so Cassandra, it's gonna
Now, here's a
cost
question,
you.
by the
Mhm.
way. What? No, go ahead with that.
It's gonna cost you 1 willpower to start to lead the group action, and then it's gonna cost you 1 to prevent yourself from having problems, and 1 to prevent Jex from having any
All right.
problems.
Well, that was
So 3 in
expensive.
total. But the overall result is a 5.
Perfect. Now, on that note, can I use Dark Future to boost a group
Ooh.
action?
Yeah,
Make that 5 into a 6.
you bet. So yes, you can. Right now, it is a partial success and reduced effect. So I think the sort of you're using Dark Future.
Yes, perhaps I get a sort of premonition from
Yeah.
my patron, and I use that to sort of point Max in a direction.
Yeah. You so here's what you see as you are all walking into the control room. You see that it has been meticulously all the buttons have been covered and locked, and like they went through the whole process of like locking down this control room. But then you reach into your mind and reach toward your patron, and that dark future is averted, and you see the basically time reverse, and all the people walk back into the room, and when they do, one of the guys, actually the captain, is walking out of the room, and he trips on a piece of carpet and drops his key card and doesn't notice and keeps walking. And you spot that on the ground.
Cat can go and pick it up.
She slinks over and picks it up in her mouth. And yeah, what does that cost you?
That is 2 of my essence and 2 cosmic bargains.
Nice.
Finally start racking those up. I want to build those up.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be so much fun when I have to repay those.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and when you swipe that card over the override button, the clear casing opens up, and there's nothing stopping you from opening that door.
Cassandra looks to her friends and she smiles for the first time in a very long time. Very proud of herself.
I am going to roll a fortune die because I do think that there is a possibility that all that iron blood in the door, iron being generally magnetic, might be a problem for these magnets. So it is not too terribly bad, though. There are, when you guys, I'll tell you when you get there. But, okay, you hear what sounds like metal crunching as a door opens, and it is most likely the exactly where you wanted to open. And again, you expect to hear people clambering for the door and running out to escape, but it's not happening.
I swear, if they poofed them all somewhere else with that wild magic, and we've been in here trying to rescue them, I'm gonna be mad.
It wouldn't be the first time in the fiction that's happened already. We did that.
All right, so are you guys heading back to the brig?
Mhm.
All
We're
right.
going to go and see what's been left behind for us to feel disappointed about.
Yeah. So the door has opened itself about halfway, and there are these strings and strands of iron blood that have magnetized themselves to the door frame. So there's these sort of stringy spires. I guess that's a word. But there's more than enough room for you to
Anyway.
climb under them or climb over them or anything. But you can now see into the brig, and you can see one of the guards is facing away from you, and has his hand on his stun baton, but he is not moving at all in response to you guys coming into the room. And as you look around, you notice that everybody, a dozen or more prisoners, Ixia herself, and 3 prison guards are all completely stone. Head to toe, all turned to stone.
Oh no.
And when you see Ixia in her cell, her snakes are just out at every angle, looking at every person. Apparently, she tried to use wild magic to turn everyone to stone, and it worked.
A little too well.
Little too well.
Okay.
And let's deal with the fact that that was still a 4. I think you hear the boat pull into a dock and stop,
Oh dear.
and you hear somebody stopping the alarm and people boarding the boat from above. My way of saying that the Red Watch intervention clock is full.
Oh no.
Right.
Trying to. Okay, so we're not moving anymore. We have officially docked.
You have officially docked.
And been boarded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Both of those are euphemisms, and neither are fun in this occasion.
Yeah.
Too good.
My rival will come and save us now.
It's my
An
notes.
angry dog. Just a random angry dog.
Okay.
Well, definitely Cassandra is going to start panicking.
All right. We are going to take a very quick break. I need to find my notes because there are some Red Watch NPCs here that I need to have their notes in front of me. So we will be back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. and welcome back to Witch's Dozen, where we left off. The boat the group has taken over is currently being boarded, and they hear the sounds of what sounds like probably Red Watch armor, although you haven't had that much experience with them. Not like Night Sky Sanctum had. So you're not so on a basis with them that you know the sound of their footsteps when they board your boat, but they are who you expect to be boarding. And you hear them running around and shouting at one another, and it sounds like they are making their way slowly and carefully down into the boat where you are. So, what would any of you like to do? Ixia and all the other everybody else that was in the brig is currently turned to stone. So, is who you were here to
Much is
rescue.
stoned.
Thank you, Robot Rainbow, so much for the gifted sub, and hello, Loliana. And I'm so glad to see and so glad to see that you got a gift sub. Kind.
Well, Jex, did you bring your bat with you?
Bring my bat? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I keep thinking baseball bat, and I'm like, what?
Also, not a bad idea.
Our patron spent how many years as stone? Does he have any suggestions
Mhm. Oh, that's
for how
a good...
to deal with this situation?
Yeah. So, yeah, you... do any of you want to be close with Ixia? I feel like Timbo is probably the closest with Ixia. Timbo is available to your telepathy, your group telepathy. So, you want to get
Just
some...
going to text as Erwin. Wait for response.
I
They
can
left
give
us on red.
I can give you any information that they might have about Ixia and their abilities. So if you have a specific question.
It feels a lot like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Call a Friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do we make them not stone anymore?
Yeah. I'll
Morgan,
roll.
I could have some kind of relationship with her potentially.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. In that case, I think it is a relatively well-guarded secret, the way to turn someone back who's been turned to stone by a Gorgon with these particular powers. However, if Max and Ixia are decent friends, then you have probably heard from Ixia that it is possible to create an antidote using the Gorgon who turned them to stone, using their blood.
Well, that's not great.
Well,
Continues to. What's the snakes count?
The snakes are all solid stone as well.
Oh, I thought you said they were wiggling up.
No,
top.
they're all sticking out in all directions.
well, here's the question. Jex, can you get blood from a stone?
No, but since we're talking mythological and magical, maybe a bloodline might work. So a parent or a sibling or something along those lines.
Yeah, that might count as this Gorgon's blood. If you Yeah, so let's say between Max and the fact that you all have been living together for the last 5 or 6 years, I'm gonna say that Ixia's parentage is somewhat of a sore subject for her, but you do know that they live in Brooklyn in a not particularly friendly area.
Okay.
But you're not sure if her parents are witches or if they share her Organ heritage.
Okay.
You hear the sound of something very heavy falling onto the boat, so heavy that it causes the boat to rock for a few seconds. And then you hear powerful servos stressing as something very, very large is walking across the deck of the ship above you. You hear the sound of a voice that sounds almost like it's coming out of a megaphone, shouting orders to the other Red Watch. And then you hear those servos starting to come down the stairs to where you are.
Okay, well, I have greater telekinesis. Can I just try to lift her and take her with us?
Yeah. Okay, the door is going to pose a challenge. With her snakes. Yeah, with her snakes sticking out at all angles, there is a good chance that she's going to lose some of her snakes trying to get through that doorway.
It's a haircut. It's fine.
Basically, the world's worst haircut, yeah.
Okay.
If we were friends before and I break snakes off, we're not going to be friends for much longer.
That's a good devil's or fey bargain.
Yeah.
Forget what game we're playing for a second. Yeah, that would be a good fey bargain for that. So are you guys sort of trying things out and seeing how things are going, or do you want to just take this quick and decisive action?
I think we have to be quick and decisive.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Something is definitely coming down the stairs toward you.
Okay, so in that case, I will try my greater telekinesis.
Okay.
I will pop an essence for that. I need to do focus, and I will do 2 willpower to pop it as well.
Ooh, wow.
Just to make it, because we don't have much time. I want it to go well, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. Do you want to? Would you like a that fey bargain that they're going to get upset regardless from losing some snakes?
Yes,
All
I'll
right.
add that on.
That'll give you, since you also popped willpower, you can have 1 die and increased effect, or you could return those willpower to yourself.
So sorry, if I take the fey bargain, I would just do my focus number, and
Plus 1 die.
Otherwise, plus 1 die. Okay. And
So,
then if I do my additional willpower, then it would be the adding.
Yeah. So
okay.
Fey bargain gives you plus 1 die. Push yourself gives you plus 1 die or increased effect, but you can only take plus 1 die once. So if you wanted to do the 2 willpower, it would give you increased effect, and the Fey bargain would give you plus 1 die. Or you could just go with the plus 1 die from the Fey bargain. That way you can conserve what little willpower you have left. Up to you.
The 2 willpower, and that'll give me.
And if you flub it horribly, I can always cheese it.
True.
I gotta rack up these cosmic bargains somehow, darling. And all I can do right now is help you out.
All right. So that is risky standard. Did you use both the willpower and the Fey bargain?
No, I just did
Okay.
the Fey bargain,
Okay.
so that's why it's one of the two.
Okay, awesome. Just checking. And that rolled in the wrong place.
Oh, did I
One
put that
sec.
to
No. You rolled in the right place. For some reason, it rolled to the wrong window. Oh my god! It's a critical. So,
Yeah, there's no point in me using Dark Future now because I literally can't improve upon that.
Oh my god, I'm spinning her around aerial acrobatic style, like, let's go!
yeah, this
You
is
just-
like
you
my
just
God.
mow right through
Dun,
these
dun, dun,
Robo
dun,
Red Watch guys that are coming.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I hit somebody with like a battering ram.
yeah,
Oh my
you
God.
like rotate her gyroscopically and twist her in such a way that she literally avoids shearing off a single snake as she comes around the corner.
Pivot.
And yeah, you get an added bonus, so you can choose what that is. Whoever it is that's coming down the stairs is just about to turn the corner, so if you want to use her to block them from coming down into the area, or whatever you choose.
Knock over the mech.
About breaking her. But if I'm assuming she's relatively sturdy, so if
Yeah.
the mech's coming, I
Just
want
make sure you're going from the feet side. If you spin her around
Yeah.
and use the feet, it's probably better than the head.
So I'm gonna flip her, like you said, gyroscope. I'm gonna
Yeah.
flip her around so she's feet first, and I'm gonna see if she can just do like a bop, like past the corner, whether she's gonna either
Uppercut.
make a collision with somebody or they're
Okay.
going to run into her.
Okay. All right. You get to choose. So which one is it?
I would ideally like to smack them so that they
Okay.
go flying into the opposing wall.
Okay. All right. That's exactly
Missile.
what happens. So, she is fired like a missile, feet first, and you see this man in a mechanized suit come down the last step and come right into view at the exact time that you fly her into him. And it knocks him and his power armor suit backward, and they literally leave a bow in the outer hull of the ship from both the power suit and all this stone coming flying at him. It doesn't hurt the person in the suit, but it definitely has got him stuck there. And
It's a turtle on its back.
so at this point, a smallish person that was willing to get in sort of melee range with him could probably try to like crawl up past him, but you don't know who else is in that shaft coming down yet.
Is he fully encased in there?
Not fully, but pretty close. He's got like plexiglass sheeting or something of that nature covering most of his body, so you can see that there is a person in there, but there's probably some kind of like bulletproof sheeting. What you see is a shortish, mundane looking male. He has the insignia of Red Watch Captain on his shirt. He's not wearing the normal Red Watch armor, but he is wearing a suit of power armor. He has long, wavy red hair and blue eyes. His light-colored, whitish skin is on the rough side. He looks like he's definitely well-trained. He's got a pretty muscular build in that suit, but he's a little on the round side as well. And he has quite a beard of red hair as well. And
Sounds adorable.
and as he is pinned back there, his you hear his hands rise up, and you start hearing metallic clapping. As he tries to very carefully set Ixia back down in such a way that she won't be harmed. And he kind of peers to the side of Ixia and looks at the three of you. And I am going to roll your lore for the first time to see if he knows anything about you all.
Do we know anything about us all? Who has the cover sheet up?
Yeah, Coven Sheet is... I don't have it up. I think you guys have one lore, but I don't know what it is off.
Just trying to get in there now.
Well, whatever your lore is, he doesn't know it. On a roll
Probably
of
good.
3, he
So
is...
you don't know it, and he doesn't.
Alright, so... he does seem to recognize you. And he turns and sort of calls up the stairs, and he says, I can't believe they're here. They made it to Red Watch Tower 36, a supplemental tower, specifically built in case there were any Night Sky Sanctum shenanigans again.
Oh my god, they made a tower just for Night Sky Sanctum. That's
So-
almost touching.
He sets her down in the hall and then motions with his power armor for you all to come upstairs and says, you're not in any trouble. Just come on up and let's have a chat.
I don't believe you.
Cassandra's just heard an adult tell her to do something, so she's going to do it.
So you follow
The cat's
him.
not happy about it, though.
You follow him up, and when you get to the surface, you see that you are standing, on the boat, but very near a Red Watch tower that is literally sticking out of the center of the Hudson Bay. You can see Night Sky Sanctum's old Coven stead, not 300 meters away. Through the
Cassandra's breathing gets very heavy.
water. So if anybody has any trauma related to Night Sky Sanctum, seeing these things again might be a little triggering.
I think that's what unites us, though, isn't it? The trauma around
trauma.
Night Sky Sanctum.
So, he tells you that, obviously, and he points to his eye that's been replaced with some kind of computer equipment, and is glowing red, that he can see that this wasn't the fault of any of you, and you will be completely free to go. And that he trusts that you'll be able to take care. He hopes that you'll be able to take care of the carnage that was caused by this wild magic.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll figure it out.
So,
I know we can trust
I'm
you.
just holding the cat and nodding. Whatever she thinks is going to make this person happy right now.
so he says, we don't have a lot of free space on our tower, so whoever you can take with you, and he points to Ixia because obviously she was the one you were trying to take out of here, her included, and we can find a way to drop them off wherever you need them. But we'll keep everyone else at the tower here, just in case you're able to figure out how to break this curse.
So are you like a FedEx Express us her, or like how's this work?
They're gonna take the boat. They'll drive the boat to wherever you need it.
I could just surf on her. You could
Mm.
use your
Is my
telekinesis again.
is my telekinesis still active at this point? Because you said he put her on the ground, so I don't know if it's active at this point in time.
You can still move her, yeah. But it
Okay.
costs you per action, so.
Okay.
With the powerful one.
Do they have like a lifeboat we can just have, or we'll leave it at the docks?
Might be safer.
Because I don't want them to like follow us home or anything. That's gross.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think running away from the Red Watch with magic is the best way to do it either. After they've so politely let us go, I think, paddling away in a boat might be the safe thing to do.
You do have nearby access to docks that are near your Covenstead but aren't at your Covenstead.
Mhm.
So by taking Ixia directly there, you wouldn't really be giving much away as far as your Covenstead location.
Okay.
But they do want to chaperone you back,
No.
at least to the dock.
I'll
To the
be
dock.
honest, I think they probably know where we live already.
No, it's hidden. They don't know.
I think that these kids think they're slick, but they're not probably as slick as they think they are.
It is the
I
kind of
want to live in the illusion of slickness.
yeah. As slick as the blood flowing out of your palm.
Imagine, that the Red Watch, the was it the Order? They've probably been watching these kids for a while.
Probably.
A lot of the factions have, yeah.
Alrighty, let's get them to take us to the docks and then get her home.
Try our best to keep it hidden.
Mhm.
Yeah. Try to call her mom.
Okay.
Mom, Ixia's stoned.
Again? Oh, not that kind. Yeah.
We need your blood.
I need your blood to get your daughter unimprisoned. Alright, so I think unless you want to try to make an action roll of some kind to keep information from this gent who I closed the document before I got his name. That's not good.
That could be useful.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out next time. But so unless you want to make a roll to try to keep information from him aside from the doc.
I mean, I kind of want to make sure that we're not being followed back to our Covenstead after we leave the docks.
Okay. Do you want to use your bat to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What would you like to use?
Let's see. I guess. Oh my gosh.
Feel like prowl might be appropriate.
Prowl. Let's see. Do I have any prowl? I do have prowl.
Nice.
Yes, he can prowl.
Okay.
And let's see. How much willpower do I have? I'll just can I have a Fey bargain?
You sure may. Hey, let me type one up. Okay.
How should I be marking mine since I did a critical in that roll that I took a Fey bargain? Do I just mark it as normal?
I think let's still mark a Fey bargain, but the
snakes didn't break, so how
Right,
could Ixia
but-
be upset?
Right. But we'll just mark it as a Fey bargain, but we've eliminated the possibility of that actually happening.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we're gonna create a new clock called
Okay.
He's watching your familiars. So Red Watch, Familiar Watch, where he's trying to gather information about your familiars, and so he already is going to know a little bit about the cat, and maybe depending on how this goes, he might also know a little bit about the bat. What do you think for
But the rat remains secret.
right?
Sure.
Mr. Crumb's still a secret.
So,
Get
how
an
many
extra die.
dukes are on this clock?
I was gonna put 1 on a 6 clock,
Okay.
and then put more on if you depending on how well you roll.
Okay. Let's see here. I guess I'm going to do that for increased effect.
Okay.
Or do I just... Okay.
You can do increased effect or get an extra die. Your choice.
I'll do increased effect.
Okay. So we'll say this is greater effect, risky.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh,
Very
I was
nice.
worried there for a moment.
I
thought
know.
this
I
could have
was like,
added a
oh
two.
no.
Okay. All right. So all he knows about is the cat. He does not even notice that there is a bat tailing him. And yeah, you watch as they return back to their boat, none the wiser. And they, as far as you are aware, and you, thanks to your bat's abilities, are very aware that they did not track you to your covenstead. Not even where it is, let alone the invisible part that you actually live in. So, very good.
Okay. Awesome. That makes me feel better.
So, we're going to add that to the goals of the Red Watch.
Okay.
Specifically, Red Watch Tower 36.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds
Supplement.
fun.
All right. And then it is probably time for drawing down the moon.
Woohoo.
Who would
Someone
like
else is probably going to have to lead it because I don't talk.
You can cast spells silently.
I could do
for
a very
sure.
silent ritual, it's true, but
Mhm.
in all honesty, I think just being that close to Night Sky Sanctum has probably put Cassandra out of commission.
Completely
She
understandable.
worked so hard today,
Yeah.
doing nothing at all, but being afraid. Poor girl.
Vice noticed that the dice roller is being nice tonight. I reprogrammed it.
Much kinder.
Yesterday,
Shitty and be more random.
yeah, we were doing some testing and we did find that the first die roll that came up every time the dice roller woke up had a very large chance of being a 3. And we also and the way we found that was we added the ability to draw a random card, and that card kept coming up 17, the star, over and over again. And so that was what tripped me over to realizing that there might actually be a problem. So now there's a slight random delay before it actually rolls a die, and it seems to be working really well. So
It's certainly been friendlier. Not too friendly. We still had a critical fail, but
Yeah.
That was the first roll of the night too.
It was balanced overall.
Yeah, it was pretty balanced.
It was good though.
All right, so who wants to draw down the moon? And I can describe what that looks like, or not what it looks like, but how that works.
That entails to those who were not here for our previous campaign.
I'll do it.
Okay. So the coven casts drawing down the moon, which binds the coven together, grounds any spell work done during the recent undertaking, including wild magic, restores some lost essence and willpower to the participants. But at the same time, NPC factions get a faction move when the PCs conduct this ritual. So, alright. How do you do it?
All right. So, let's see. Jex probably has a big spray painted circle ritual area that she is spray painted on the roof of the building.
Nice.
It's got sigils and runes and all kind of stuff just all laid around this circle, and everybody has a spot. So the circle has 13 circles, one for every kid. And everybody knows which circle is there, so everybody can get in their own circle, and we put Ixia in her circle,
Oh.
just so maybe she can get some essence back. I don't know. And
Nice.
Jex just kind of howls at the moon, and that's how she calls the moon down.
Nice. I see like a skylight in this room, so you can see the
No,
moon
they're on the
overhead.
roof.
Oh, you're on the roof. Oh, even
On the
better.
roof of the building.
You don't even need a skylight once you're on the roof.
No, she's vandalized the roof of the building.
Nice. It's your roof, so it's okay.
It's my roof. You
All
painted
right.
it. It's all pretty.
Now that is going to be !0 DDTM.
Oh,
We are back to
0.
tier 0.
Oh, I hate it.
Goodness. You have to take the worst outcome. Oh no.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
It's the worst outcome is the same as the second worst outcome.
It really bookends the night. We got 2 1s in the first roll and 2
They're
1s.
both mine. They're both mine. It's not fair.
Poor result. All magic is grounded and restore 2 essence and 1 willpower to each member.
That's not too bad.
No, it's not terrible.
That's all the essence I really had, anyhow.
It's a good bookend of rolls for the night. Jex is cursed.
Apparently.
Yeah. So tomorrow night is the Void Coven, so let's see if they roll better than our Void. All right.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. Calculate and apply fate. Anything you do or have done might have been witnessed, and there's always evidence left behind. To reflect
Given
this,
that we talked to the cops directly.
yeah. Your coven acquires fate or the attention of the fates as they conduct undertakings. After an undertaking, your coven ticks fate boxes according to the nature of the work they did. Mark fate on the coven tracker. So it was not smooth and quiet. It was not.
No, there was no discretion whatsoever.
Not even really contained. Loud and chaotic, or wild. I'm gonna say for Ixia herself, wild, but for the coven as a whole, loud and chaotic. So that's
Certainly chaotic.
gonna give you 2 fate.
Okay.
So,
Just a
but we're
panic
also
the
gonna
entire
add
time.
1 because a high-profile / well-connected target was encountered, and that is the Red Watch captain. So it's going to be a
Alright.
total of 3 fate.
Okay.
It was embarrassing. We threw a statue at him, and he patted us on the head and sent us on our way. That is embarrassing.
That is how a tier 4.
Night Sky Sanctum would never have allowed that to happen.
That's how a tier 4 interacts with a tier 0. Here you go. Okay, for reputation, however, forces that might align are watching too. Your coven acquires reputation as they conduct undertakings. After an undertaking, your coven takes reputation according to the nature of their work. This works on the opposite way of fate. So, because it was loud and chaotic, you gain 1 reputation. If you leave a calling card, you get additional reputation.
Oh, I'm leaving a calling card. I'm gonna go and spray paint Arwab on the boat.
Okay. All Red
All
Watcher
Red Watcher
bastards.
bastards.
Nice. Okay. In that case, you gain
Love it.
additional reputation based on how much the target tier is greater than your coven tier. So that will get you +4 reputation.
Woohoo!
However, it will get you -1 with the Red Watch.
Eh.
I think it's worth it.
I think it's worth it.
Okay, you are
I mean,
halfway.
we really don't want to be going positive with the Red Watch.
Makes sense.
Do we?
Yeah,
I don't think I could live with myself.
right.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah, and definitely Jax couldn't. Okay, so you are.
Cassandra probably could. Cassandra will just listen to anyone who will keep her safe.
Yeah, you are halfway to a level up of reputation just because of that one little move. All right. So now I'm going to roll the Red Watch tier and see how much they work on what they're doing. That is a 4-die fortune roll.
Oh lord.
Amazingly, it wasn't that great. So they are going to get 2 ticks on their goal.
On their
So-
familiar watch.
Yes. So they are
We'll
going
find out
to
more
be.
about my cat.
Yeah, they are going. There are going to be. You're going to see more Red Watch stationed outside of the docks area, and
And they're gonna see more graffiti.
nice. Okay. Awesome. We don't have any Fey entanglements or cosmic entanglements yet.
Not yet, but I'm working on it.
Since
I
you're
need to probably get another ability that I can start sinking those points into.
Mm-hmm. Since your Coven's infamy is 0, you're going to roll that and see if there are any entanglements for next time. There are. The worst of the 2 dice was a 5. On a 5, your Coven will face an entanglement either during downtime or during the undertaking, starting in a controlled situation. I will roll one more fortune die. Bad result. Settling a debt. A neutral faction comes to collect a perceived debt. So that will be interesting.
Somebody who technically owns that property, perhaps.
Or thinks they do.
Mm. We're
Owns.
squatters, and they are not happy about it.
Nice. Awesome. Still, yeah, you guys have neutral status with a lot of factions right now, so there's a huge potential for that. So yeah, that is really, really interesting. Okay. And then everybody gets 2 downtime activities. And I'll go ahead
I would
and
like to recover some willpower.
that makes sense. I'll put downtime, there we go, in chat so everybody can see it. There, acquire an asset, cast a major ritual, crafting, perform a service, recovery, restore essence, restore willpower, long-term project, and training. Dex, you are restoring willpower?
Yeah, I'm gonna restore willpower.
Okay.
And then I'm probably gonna start a long-term project.
Nice.
It's not nice, it's graffiti.
That is nice. All right. Restore
petty.
willpower. Describe your therapy situation and then roll the lower of your resolve or insight dice.
Alrighty. They're all the same. I don't know. I magically do that every single time.
2, 2, 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see. My therapy is graffiti.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes me feel
Sensible.
really good to be destructive, or to make art. You know.
Or a little
Oh,
bit of
wow.
both. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Breaking something at the same time.
All right. You can roll
So
2
I will
dice to
roll the
see how
2
much you
dice.
recover. That's a fortune roll. All right. On a 5,
Not too bad.
yeah, you restore 2 willpower.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Anybody else for your first downtime action of the
Yes,
entire
I will.
game?
The same.
Oh, okay. Are you going to be assisting Jax, or you have your own
No.
idea
no.
of therapy?
Cassandra, Cassandra's just going to take a big brush and she's just going to sit there and brush the cat very well, slowly, calmly, for, as long as the cat's going to sit there, basically,
Right.
in the hope of lowering her heart rate and relaxing a little bit.
Awesome. Okay, you can roll the lower of your resolve or insight attribute.
Right. And I am the same as Andrea, though.
Hey, nice. You got a 6. You're going to
Lovely.
restore 3 willpower.
Yeah, good. I've almost fully recharged then.
Fantastic. What is Max up to?
Max is also going to spend some time with their familiar because Mr. Crumbs is essentially their therapy animal.
Oh, nice. Yes.
So they're going to do some willpower prep as well. They're going to get Mr. Crumbs in their hands. They're going to rub his tummy, kiss his
Ooh.
tummy, and all the little geese, their butts.
Ooh,
too.
rubbing a
So, of course,
a rat tummy is something special, isn't it?
Yeah.
And all the little geese are going to come in and just kiss the
Aw,
tummy too.
geese kisses.
Yeah.
Right. Lower of your insight or resolve.
Okay. Yep. Oh, I messed it up. My apologies. I didn't press the keys hard enough.
Oh, we got the 1-1 again. On a 1, you have a complication.
That's
So-
3 in 1 session.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah, I'll have
Don't
to look
squeeze the
into
rat.
that. Don't squeeze the
Oh.
Oops. He poked him in his belly button and he didn't like it.
rat. Okay, so this is a complication. You don't restore any willpower, and there's actually something wrong. So what do you think is either wrong with Mr. Crumbs, or...
Wait, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Before, is it possible for me to use Dark Future to save Max from a complication?
Generally, no. It's for action rolls rather than
I
for downtime activities.
Ah, yes, it does say action. All right,
Gotcha.
perfect.
Um,
Understood.
but I would say, like, in the future, if you do go with somebody and you subject yourself to their potential complication, then I would say you could probably use it. So, all right.
I have an idea about
Yeah.
the potential complication.
Okay.
So, if we're at the Coven's Stead right now, potentially I may be doing this in the same room that Cassandra is petting the cat and brushing the cat, and maybe the little noises from the rat pissed off the cat. Now the cat chased Mr. Crumbs off, or
Your cat
just,
would definitely do that.
Yeah.
And
so
he's
just kind of
missing for the next session.
Yeah, maybe he's missing for the next session. Maybe he ruins just the downtime so that I don't recover anything. If he doesn't recover everything, maybe
You're
he's
more
just
stressed
out
now.
next time. Maybe. I do have the trauma nightmares, so maybe since I didn't have a proper downtime thing, I don't sleep well, and we bring that into next session.
Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, like something like a level 1 harm, not rested.
Yeah, level 1 harm, not rested, and then we can pull that in maybe.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're so worried about him. He still comes back,
I still have my bruised geese. Should I get rid of those?
bruised geese.
I can keep them. I still have another 1 harm slot. I can because I haven't done anything actively to heal from them, so I can keep them and have level 1 not rested if that works.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. To recover, you have to do a recovery action. So if your geese might stay bruised for another session.
That's okay.
Sleep deprivation. There you go. Struggle Princess hit the nail on the head with what I was trying to say. Couldn't remember the words.
Deprived. There we go. Level 1 sleep deprived. Okay. And
nobody wants to get to level 4 sleep deprived. I've only been to 3.
Sleep experiment.
4 is when the sleep paralysis demons get you, isn't it? So that we each get 2 downtime actions.
Yep. So you get 1 more, and if you have any Fey fruits, you can use those to get additional downtime.
Okay, I don't have
You're
any
feeling
favorites.
fruity.
Yes,
Not feeling too fruity, feeling very tired.
worth considering to do a undertaking to get some Fey fruit. The Red Watch certainly aren't going to be giving them out as consolation prizes.
No.
There's probably some store of them hidden away in Night Sky Sanctum that we could
Ooh,
try to break in and rob.
there probably is.
I
Oh my
know
god.
that Elise did not use all of hers.
Oh my god, that could be a really awesome undertaking.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
so-
I mean, I
Are we
know
gonna-
we have
Bust in
the
a-
Dark Stash too.
Mhm.
Are we gonna have like a void PO box?
Aw.
What I was gonna say is I have the hex locked baton from the
Yeah.
previous session, and being a arcanist, I want to know if I could start a long-term project to maybe see and learn about it. If I can maybe potentially do some wild magic interactions with hexlock stuff in the future.
Yeah, wow, that sounds really cool.
Okay.
It's
I don't know what we would do for a clock or anything for that.
Yeah.
It's just an idea. I thought that'd be cool.
it's more up the alley of an eclectic than an arcanist, but I'm since we don't have an eclectic in our group right now, if everybody else is cool with that, I'm cool with you.
Well, I could
taking
always
that.
whip my dick back out.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god. I also have like the sigil craft for like no, I had something about swapping abilities between make a general or grimoire power conditional. So if we ever get someone on for another session, I could potentially make use of their powers to
Ooh,
access
yeah.
whatever it is my training is. So it kind of builds maybe.
Yeah. So I think as far as just trying to take it apart and learn about it without disrupting any of the mechanisms, I think that's totally within your wheelhouse. And I would say because it's not magical, you're trying to learn about how Hexlock works.
Yes.
Okay. I would say a 6 clock.
Okay.
And you can choose what you want to use to try to fill that clock to start.
Okay. Do I need to decide that now, or can I speak to you past session to try to think about it?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
do you need,
fine.
Like, just type of rules, or I don't
I would
remember how this
say
worked last time.
I mean, if you wanted to start on it, though, darling, if you started doing, like, perhaps some studying, I'd be happy to have Cassandra help you out with my downtime,
Ooh.
thus filling your clock
study,
much faster.
study,
Buddies.
focus, finesse, craft.
Ooh.
Any of those things could be used. But I think you're probably going to have to craft at least once to get in there. But I
Okay.
think just to sort of break into it, so if you want to start with that, then you'll have free reign to do whatever you want with it afterward.
Okay, makes sense to me. I have to kind of take it apart and reverse craft to do
Yeah.
this properly.
Without it triggering the hexlock mechanisms.
Okay. So you said start with a 6 o'clock or an 8 o'clock for that?
6.
Okay.
And then you can make a craft or another roll to try to
will
fill in
do-
some.
I'll do a craft roll.
This is going to be the disassembly process.
See if I lose all the little tiny screws.
Ooh,
All right, a 6 to complete
Ooh.
success. That is going to be 3 ticks. You are halfway done.
Nice. I had all the right tools. Knew where all my stuff was. I mean,
It's-
I'm super tired. I didn't get time to meditate, so I'm like diving into my work now.
It's held together with hex bolts. You might say hex locked together. All right. So you're out of downtime actions. Cassandra and Jex both still have one more.
I'd be happy to spend mine just doing a study action, perhaps, to help out, sort of determine some things with the baton. Perhaps Cassandra's stood alongside Max, as Max taking it apart. Cassandra's dedicating her time to studying the individual pieces and trying to more thoroughly understand what they do, what they're made out of, so on and
Nice.
so forth.
Awesome. Yeah, I see you like sneaking in there and like looking around, and then like Max dozes off, and you go over and you're like fiddling with the parts and stuff. Yeah. And then they wake up.
Right.
Alright.
So I'm trying to. I always forget where I actually have to go to roll the die. For some reason, I always forget which button leads me to the right window.
Oh. Oh no. Okay. We
Cassandra's
have
not very good with technology.
a complication.
Oh no.
So
Max is
on
going to be very upset.
yeah.
Cassandra snuck in and ruined it.
So I think that's not going to add any segments. It's not going to reduce the segments either. It's going to narrow the what you can potentially learn. So unless Cassandra wants to try to use their ability to
I don't think I could do it on
unhexlock it.
myself.
Oh, really?
No, it says give assistance to another player character's action.
Oh, okay.
So I cannot do it unless someone else does anything.
Gotcha.
Which is one of the reasons why I've been having Cassandra
standing back.
Well,
Yeah.
let's just stand back and give assist.
Okay. So I feel like your aura, your magical aura, interferes with it, and just when you're just messing with some springs and some just really simple mechanisms, you hear something sort of snap shut, and you can tell the device is armed in some way. It's not going to be impossible to study it further, but some of the functions might be locked down.
Well, I'd apologize, but I can't speak. So Cassandra's going to look very guiltily at Max.
Hit me with one of the.
Yes. The Puss in Boots eyes. She's doing it, and the cat's doing it as well.
Nice.
Too much. Too much.
Don't look into the cat's eyes.
All right. What about Jax?
Jex wants to start a long-term project, tagging all the Red Watchtowers in the city.
Mm.
My goodness.
Oh,
ambitious.
damn.
I mean, so it's a
Okay.
long-term project.
Yeah, for sure.
How many ticks do you want me to have?
Are you just getting the main ones, or are you just getting the supplemental towers, or are you literally trying to get every tower in the entire city?
Every tower in the entire city.
Okay, so we're looking at about 50 towers.
Mm-hmm.
So we could start a 100 clock.
A 100 clock?
How about we start with like the local area?
Sure.
Might be good to go neighborhood by neighborhood.
So like sending a message to the docks
Yeah.
region. Okay.
Sure. Let's
Okay.
do that.
The docks are owned by Jex.
That's right.
Let's call that an 8 clock.
Okay.
And we'll say that's going to get you like once that's full, you'll be about a quarter of the way done.
Okay. And I'm going to do a prowl.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't want to get caught.
All right,
Oh.
so that is not a 1. So
I can't see it. What
that is a
it?
2.
Okay.
On a 2, you get 1 tick on your clock.
Okay.
So,
I'll take it.
all right. It's a near complication.
See, I could help with that, but there's no reason why Cassandra would be fussed about Jex
Yeah.
spray painting.
Exactly.
All right. All right. As a group, we need to do Coven XP triggers. We did not do Coven XP last time.
We didn't.
No.
So we need to do double Coven XP this time.
Let's just
Okay.
4
It'll-
for last time,
it'll
and
just
then
be-
we'll do for today.
It'll be fast. We all remember what happened last time.
Well,
Do
you'll have
it.
to pull up a coven sheet because I don't have one.
Yeah,
I'm going to see if I can pull it up. If I can find it.
Red Watch. We hate them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Red Watch is the military arm of the Order. They are the ones tasked with wrangling wild witches who use wild magic and cause trouble.
All right, I do have it open now.
Awesome.
When you're ready.
All right, so you want to read?
You have to give me a
Coven
moment to
triggers?
navigate it, though,
Yeah.
because this is the new one, and I actually haven't looked at it yet. All right, so are the triggers at the bottom? Yes. All right, so successfully complete a favored undertaking. Now, where are our favorite undertakings on here?
They are on page 1 in the center right.
The center right. Ah, yes, there. So, as of yet, we only have one favorite undertaking, con. That wasn't quite a con, was it? We more or less.
I'd say that was
It
like
wasn't really
a
anything.
rescue.
when
Yeah, maybe a rescue.
It was more of a rescue, really.
Okay.
Contend with challenges above your current station. Well, the Red Watch are most certainly above our current station.
Yeah, and so were the Obsidian Council. So.
Everyone is above our current station.
Mm-hmm.
Give me just one moment, because this is not actually working. I'm going to have to open it elsewhere. And
You can
now it's not
also
working.
gain rescue as a favored undertaking if you'd like.
But that doesn't. Well, would we go through that many rescue missions?
You are
Maybe.
going to be trying to find the other 8 to 10-ish.
That's true. Well, shall we be rescuers then?
Let's be rescue rangers.
Not the rescuers down under.
No.
Rescue. Rescue actually doesn't seem to be on here.
You can write them in. They're not.
All right. And while we are at it, you said the infamy and the reputation went. I don't like what I wrote there.
Reputation went up to 5, and and fate went up to 2.
3.
All right.
Oh, right, 3 because
3.
of the yeah.
And we got a -1 with the Red Watch.
Yeah.
All right. Now to the next trigger. Bolster our coven's law, acting in a manner befitting your patron.
A manner befitting Jack Spiderstripe.
We're rescuing statues.
Ooh! I think that
Just
counts.
befitting a darn right resembles.
I think it does. I think it has to. And did we bolster our coven's lore? Our lore is street savvy. I don't think we did a. Well, actually, you did. I think spray painting does a little bit of a job of bolstering that particular lore.
And I feel like Max's telekinesis surfing is also street savvy. You're basically
there we
like
go.
Coven longboarding through the streets with telekinesis.
Oh, perfect. Well then. Now for the final triggers. Did we express the drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of our coven?
Yes.
Well, you
Getting the
attempted
gang
to
back together.
yeah, getting the whole Covenstead together. You made a step in that direction. That
That's
for
an
sure
important
counts.
step.
Inner conflict. Well, we
have to
found
tell
out.
their mom.
Yeah. We also found out that the cat and the rat don't necessarily get along.
It's
So
almost cliche.
That's an inner conflict.
It is. Well, I think that's certainly enough examples that we can't actually get more XP from it. So,
Well,
Yep.
remember, we're kind of doubling up on this one, so let's call that one
that's
3.
true.
Let's call
All
that
right. Well,
one
if we're going to
3.
call that one 3, then we have one level up already here.
Wait.
Do we count the inner conflict with the fact that she is stone and now we have to go and do these additional actions to save her? Do we
I think
count
that counts for the future. That'll count for next time, for sure. Because you guys might just be like, she's not going anywhere.
We're in the cupboard.
Yeah.
So should I double up for the contending with challenged above our current station then for last session as well?
That's why we did Red Watch and
All right, perfect. Well then,
that's
we've
a
got
whole level up.
that is a whole level up we achieved.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Now we
So-
get to pick another upgrade or ritual.
A Coven upgrade or a greater ritual. Your choice.
Do we
Don't
have
you-
any ideas of what we might like?
Current ones we have.
We have a hidden Covenstead and quarters, and we have telepathic bond as a greater ritual.
Maybe secure.
Secure sounds good, considering
Securing
now
the
you're gonna be
Covenstead.
around the dock more often.
Yeah.
Well, there's certainly no reason not to go with secure Covenstead.
So who is making the wards? Probably Max with Sigilcraft and
Maybe some of
Sigil craft,
Jack's
so I can be
spray
doing that.
paint.
Teamwork. I'm making a stencil and Jux is going around just like
That sounds very cool.
Yeah.
Marvelous way of doing a ward.
That's awesome. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Yeah. I think that is the end of this session then. We have taken care of all the post... Nope, we didn't get personal XP.
No.
You guys need to
Are we
level
going
up
to
your
that now?
characters. Yeah, let's jump on that.
I do love a good level up.
I think you guys will all most likely level up at least once after this because got like 3 or 4 last time.
Yeah.
I'm 4 away right now, so it's if we can get that 4.
Yeah.
okay, so who's gonna go first? I can go if no one's raring to go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, address a tough challenge with an artifact you crafted for calculation. Didn't really. Actually, does it count that, no, actually, that was a crit, so never mind. I was gonna say, I thought I had issues with the door, but that was, Jex, and I was responding to that. So I don't know if I have anything for.
Your gyroscopic calculations and throwing that lady feet first rather than head first at that guy, that's definitely calculating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I just wasn't sure because like addressed a tough challenge. It's like I didn't really like fuck up too bad. The one I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah,
It's all
addressed.
just about if you roleplay it, darling.
Yeah, addressed isn't really about succeed or fail. It's just
Okay.
addressed.
Okay. And in that case, so I guess 1 for that. Next would be.
I would say
express-
2 on that critical because you got her out the door and used her as a weapon.
It
That's
was very
2.
calculated.
That's 2
And didn't break
calculations.
any of her snakes.
It was
on.
2 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue. I'm gonna take the points where I can get them. Next, express your heritage, disposition, aspect, or beliefs. So, I purposely didn't do anything with my familiar other than my downtime because I don't
counts.
want to be doing anything with fighting. And for the heritage, we discussed that that's how we know the cure now because of I'm also a Gorgon, so
Oh, right. Yep.
yeah,
Goose
I can
Gorgon.
pull that in, and struggled with issues from trauma, casting style, or consequences of harm. I don't think I struggled with anything. I received new harm. but I don't know where she's gonna look with my harm.
um,
So I'm good with a 4, unless anybody can think of anything for that. But honestly, I'm not too too worried to go like
does
geared
4
for 1
give you a
past 4.
boost?
That's like 4 gives me a boost, so I'm
Nice.
satisfied there.
That's what's most important. Cassandra?
Sandra? Well, I think actually I did rather well this time, despite not actually doing that much. So, addressing a tough challenge with Galaxy Brain and/or Patron's help. Now, I think the idea to wander off and try to find a control room while everyone was fussing with the door was a bit of a Galaxy Brain move. And Patron's help, we utilized the Patron's help in order to find the key card, which allowed us to override the door. So I think that should count as a fair 2 there.
Absolutely.
Oh, somehow my sheet just bounced down and I unchecked something elsewhere. Oh dear. All right. Expressed heritage, disposition, aspect, or beliefs. The heritage didn't really come up much. Disposition, though, her disposition is sensitive. When those alarms were going off, they were certainly causing her quite a bit of an issue there with regards to her functionality. So I would
Nice.
consider that certainly her sensitivity at play. And while her aspect, the hermit, didn't really come up, I would say that the belief that when the authority figure started telling her what to do, she immediately kowtowed and did that would be quite fitting.
Yeah, 100%.
And then I would say that with regards to struggling with issues from trauma, casting style, or consequences of harm, she still has no harm, and she still hasn't actually really cast any spells. But when we went on the top of the boat and she saw Night Sky Sanctums, her panic attacks did come back. So I figured that would probably be a good
Nice.
application
Yep.
there.
Yeah, and just a reminder, and also to the audience, you don't have to have mentioned it during the time. You can reflavor a past action with stuff that you know about your character. So even if you didn't mention your panic attacks, you could still say, when we were up there on the boat and seeing all that, that's you all saw that she was going through that. Because that's adding to our world. That's adding to that's developing their character. So yeah, we want to see those things. We love it. All right. How many did you get?
5, which
Wow,
will
nice.
allow me to select a new Grimoire power.
Fantastic.
Ooh.
And have 1 point for the next start as we reach towards the next level.
Tasty.
Nice.
Hey, Isabella's here.
Isabella, hello, darling.
Well, we're excited to see you tomorrow night for Deseret.
Mhm.
Right. Do you and yeah, Max and Cassandra, keep in mind, or let us know in just a minute once Andrea's done with Jex what you end up purchasing with your upgrades. Right, and Jex?
Yeah. Let's see. Addressed a tough challenge with dramatic flair or deviousness. I feel like it was pretty devious to go around spray painting things.
Yeah.
I'm sure deviant is the exact word that they would use.
Tried to pick a lock as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was definitely dramatic.
With blood.
Yeah.
You've tried to pick a lock with blood. That's very dramatic.
That's very metal.
That's so goth.
Yeah, let's see. Express your heritage, disposition, aspect, or belief. Well, my aspect is the tower, and I rolled 4 ones today and got myself stuck in a lock. So I feel like that's pretty towery.
I feel like getting stuck in a lock is exactly the
Well, yeah.
Let's see. My heritage is Median, so not a whole lot there. My disposition is moody. Yeah, I can't really think of anything for that one either.
Oh, when you instigated after the spray paint, that's why we have additional.
Oh yeah.
I think
or
after
something.
the The officer was actually relatively nice to us, and you
Yeah.
still spray
Was.
painted after. I would call that somewhat moody.
Yeah,
Okay.
to
Not
go
my
from
real dad.
I'll take it.
I was like, oh, you kids, you vandalized this place, tried to break in. We're just gonna send you on your way, and you decided to spray paint after.
Mhm. Exactly.
And the last one is struggled with trauma, casting style, or consequences of harm. I feel like the casting style actually became a problem today because I got stuck in the lock because I had to use the blood from my own body
Oh
to do my
yes,
magic.
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's awesome.
Perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
and
right. That is
if
5.
and for the rest of you, if you don't have a casting style yet, just kind of look across your powers and see if there's anything you can do. It doesn't
I
even
have one in mind.
yeah. It doesn't have to impact the world to still count as a casting style. If you cast with a wand or whatever, yeah, you can get your wand taken away or disarmed or whatever. If you cast using your blood, there are possibilities of you casting without using your blood. So you're not, don't think of it as necessarily limiting yourself, but when it limits you is when you get the bonus XP.
And
Yeah.
that's when the story's most fun, when you get limited.
Yeah.
When you get stuck in a lock.
Yeah. I was thinking about an Arcanist idea where all their spells are words of power, even if they don't count as words of power. It's like, by my arcane authority, you cannot affect me with your powers. Like resisting people's spells just by, using the name of the spell as your word of power. But yeah, anyway, hilarity. All right, so what did Max get for their
Dragonborn.
upgrade? Yeah, Dovahkiin.
Something that would have been useful last session, or this session as well. Arcane Supremacy for locks.
Nice. So we're actually in the process of updating the character sheets and updating the way the characters work. But for now we're gonna keep because the Arcanist powers have changed a little bit. They shifted.
Oh.
But we're gonna use that in that's the final version. We made the arcane lock, arcane unlock, and stuff like that into words of power now.
Okay.
And then we added extra abilities, but we'll worry about those another time. Basically, I'm gonna let you see what we've changed, and then you can decide if you like that or if you want it to stay the way it is for your character. Either way is fine.
Okay, great.
So,
I
I'll
could
show
always
you that.
even just do some upgrades to Words of Power too. If we need
Ooh,
to
yeah.
mush them together.
Yep. All right, awesome. That's a great one. Yeah. And what about Cassandra?
Well, I decided that it would be a good idea if I went and took Cosmic Intrusions. So I'll be able to summon dark tendrils from the void. Now, of course, Cassandra still doesn't even know that she has any powers, so I trust when these arrive, they are not going to be thoroughly under her control.
Yeah, that makes sense.
In fact,
That's
she
awesome.
might want them very much to go away as they start ripping at people right in front of her, causing horrible nightmares.
Nice. I knew I was getting this. I kept getting this. Well, when I originally created these characters as NPCs, I very much had what's that TV show, Umbrella Academy, in mind, and so it's hilarious to see how so many of the grimoires have ended up in the direction of those kind of things. I feel like some of Cassandra's powers are very very similar to that. Very cool. Because they're the kind of thing I've always wanted to see in a game, but aside from some vampire powers, most people don't get access to stuff like that.
I'm looking forward to using some of them.
And what did Jex gain?
I'm going to take Heartblood, which allows me to shapeshift into any natural creature, also including their senses and special abilities of any animal that I have eaten their heart.
Ooh,
Oh my goodness.
So
Nice.
even
That
more
is
metal.
extremely metal. This entire grimoire is badass.
Yeah, it's cool.
Speaking of shows that inspired things, if you haven't seen Hellbender yet, major inspiration for Bloodfire Witches. So check them out. All right, awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see that in action. I think you get some freebies.
Ooh,
You
nice.
get some free hearts basically to start with. So we can
Nice.
pick out what those are for the future. Awesome. Okay. Well,
Now I'm craving hearts.
they do have to be fresh hearts. So you can hunt them yourself, or you can turn to other purveyors and have them provide you with fresh hearts. So it can
Would
be
be fun. We could get involved with the GHC.
Yeah, exactly. Can I eat a whole dragon heart?
I mean, yeah, Brandon.
Oh
You
my
could
God.
try.
Jex is gonna do like those insane burger challenges or something.
Extreme
Eat in
eater.
2 minutes.
Nice.
Just so that she can turn into an elephant.
All right. Well, let's let everybody know where they can find us and what we're doing on the internet these days. We'll start with Morningstar.
Well, I'm doing quite a bit on the internet these days. I'm going through a little bit of a renaissance. I've started streaming. You can find me. Well, today I was streaming. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow as well.
Oh wow.
The idea is to be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays, 12:30 EST to 4 p.m. EST, roughly, or rather, as far as I can see at this point. So, you can expect those to just be consistent from this point on. So I wholeheartedly, goodness, I can barely speak at this point, encourage you to come along to join me at twitch.tv/the Cytherian for those streams. I still haven't quite decided what I'm going to be playing tomorrow, but we played the Stanley Parable today, and it was jolly good fun. And, of course, if you're interested in things that are a bit more polished, we have beautiful photography that can be seen on our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. That is all the Cytherian as well, and that is all done by our lovely Megan with their beautiful bouffant over there.
Awesome.
Thank
Go ahead.
you.
And Megan.
Well, coming in after that, I don't have too much to say. You basically did everything for me. Yes, so Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to be a soft day for now for streaming, so look out for those. And
Not a
every
soft
Friday,
day, a hard day. Very hard.
I'm all excited. But we release new content every Friday, and that'll be our photo series that we work on. We do some brand promotion sometimes, but the majority of the time it is the fashion and cosplay expertise of Morningstar, my muse. And I have my own page on Instagram, Seafoam Workshop, if you do want to find things there. But there isn't too much content, so I won't talk about it too much until there's more to go. But yes, lots of backlogged content on Morningstar, new things every week.
Mm-hmm.
So
Every
go
week.
check it out.
No, definitely go check out Seafoam Workshop, especially on Instagram. There's some great, hilarious videos on there, and other great content. It might have a small amount of content. It is extremely high quality content. So
Brimming with
Thank you.
whimsy.
Aw.
yes, so much whimsy.
Whimsy, not quimsy.
I still hear Quimsy every time, so. All
It's
right.
not that kind of page.
Andrea?
Yeah, I'm Andrea. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at Wildwood Witch. I am attempting to stream on Thursdays. Last couple of weeks have not been super consistent. Yeah, but it's going to be. I have some interesting things I want to talk about this week about the concepts of rewilding and permaculture. So I'm excited to talk about those. So yeah, come join us on Thursday if you want to hear about the tiny farm I want to plant.
Yep. Yeah.
Those quail I'm looking forward to them.
Oh my
I know, I'm
God.
so excited.
We're following all the Quail Talk TikTok channels. all the quails dressed up in fedoras and stuff.
Oh.
They're so adorable.
So cute.
Well, Andrea and I are the writers, the authors of Children of Midnight Coven. It is still available for free for the time being at quickstart.childrenofmidnight.com if you want to get a hold of the game and play it yourselves. If you are a Patreon or Ko-fi supporter, you get access to a lot of additional stuff, including the grimoire that Andrea has been playing, the Bloodfire Witch, the also the grimoire that Morningstar has been playing, the Cosmic Witch, and 5 others.
Yeah,
and
there's
we are
Siren and a whole lot. Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
There's too many now.
So many more, and we are still making more. There will be 22 in total when we're done. So,
Honestly, I love the base game ones, but these extra ones are especially fun.
yeah, I think between all the Children of Midnight games we've played, we have had one of everybody, including Empath. Megan, you played an Empath in Twin Pines.
Harriet.
Yep. So yeah, super cool. We're going to be working on Hydra. I think it's Hydra's, the Hydra grimoire, the Hydra Heritage grimoire. So get ready for playing out all your dragon blooded fantasies in an alternate reality world.
The Scalies will be very happy.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said at the beginning, tonight was Children of Midnight. Tomorrow is Children of Midnight Coven. Isabella will be running their game, Deseret, and a lot of the people in chat are going to be there. So we're really, really excited for that. I'll be here behind the scenes running the board. And then on Wednesday, we'll have another Plunged into the Dark one-shot with Gay Cowboys. So you guys are going to love that. So.
Yeah.
Well, haven't even started and I already just can't quit it.
Yeah. And if you want a little bit more cowboy action with Morningstar, go back and rewatch those Twin Pines episodes.
Yeehaw.
They were fantastic and such a satisfying ending. So yeah, really good stuff. And he played a Minotaur cowboy, Levi.
Yeah. Levi Lightning Blackhorn. I can't remember his
Something
last
like
name.
All right. So yes, we will see you all again very soon. We'll actually be back next Tuesday for our 3rd session. So you're getting a double whammy of us. And we'll see you again very, very soon. Have a great night.
Ta darlings.